Barak Tehawa, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Racha Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is Cherish the Brotherhood. Pretty much outside of Yahweh Ba'ashem, and for the sisters, the sisterhood, But besides the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai and His truth, all we have is the brotherhood, and that's pretty much all that we really have, And the scriptures are very clear in dealing with brotherhood and, just the real effects that you get and the true love that you get and you feel from brothers, that even the world sees. You have people in the world that have come around us, come around different brothers, and they pretty much seen, the interaction, that brothers have with each other and the way that brothers deal with each other. Even people in the world, that's what I just said, that people in the world, that don't know anything about the truth, they see that and they say, man, this, what y'all got here is something special because, I don't have friends like that. I've heard, or I've heard people say that, so it's important to cherish the brotherhood, because the brotherhood is very important outside of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and His truth. All we have is the brotherhood, especially real brothers, and I just want to go through a few precepts on this. Salaki, I didn't get a chance to do a video yesterday, but, I've been going through some stuff in the flesh, I'll put it like that, and it's been kind of affecting me doing the work, and it's it's bothersome, but nevertheless, still just got to deal with it, and this is pretty much all I live for, so the Lord knows my heart, this is all I live for, and I don't want to talk about it no more because I don't want to get all mushy, but nevertheless, I looked up the word cherish. And the word cherish means protect and care for someone lovingly, to hold someone dear. So cherish the brotherhood, brothers, because this is what we got. This is all we got. You ain't gonna find, you're not gonna find real friends out there. A real friend is known in adversity. When you're going through, if you up, and you got everything, of course anybody's gonna be a friend. Scriptures tell us about that. Look at what's his name? MC Hammer. When he had all that money and he had all that fame, he had all kind of people surrounding him. But as soon as he lost it, everybody else went also. And shalom to any of the apostles, bishops, elders, camp leaders, brothers, sisters out there watching. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua brought a thumb to you brothers, the real brothers, the house of David, the elect. This is Psalms 133:1. It says, behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. All right. And this is a beautiful thing. Unity meaning in the same mind frame, teaching the same things. Can two walk together except they be agreed? So it's not, about just coming together because we're Israelites. No, we all have to be teaching the same thing, and that cements the union between brothers. That's why King David and Jonathan had a love that surpassed the love of women, and you have these individuals that say that they had a homosexual relationship because of that. No, the love that brothers have for each other is different from the love that brothers have for their woman and for their children. It's a different type of love, and it's a real union. And when you have it, it's a very strong bond. You got to remember that we're coming from all walks of life, been through all kind of shit, with people that we thought were friends, and look at the consequences. But nevertheless, let's move on to the next precept. Next precept I have is in the Apocrypha. I'm going to try to get through these as best as possible, or as quick as possible. Ecclesiastes 27 and 17, I believe it is. It says, love thy friend, and be faithful unto him. But if thou betrayest his secrets, follow no more after him. So love thy friend and be faithful unto him. Cherish the brotherhood. When one falls, another one pick him up. Iron sharpeneth iron. So doth a friend the countenance of another friend. And that is so true. You go through stuff, and sometimes all you want to do is hear, a brother's voice or see a brother, and that makes the day better, Let's go from there to Proverbs 27. This is just a handful of precepts that I have picked out through the Spirit. Proverbs 27:17. It says, iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. Right. Because you got to remember, like the scriptures say, the Apostle Paul, I believe is either the Apostle Paul, no, it was the Apostle Peter, that the same things that we're going through, other brothers are going through it, And sometimes, it helps to have a shoulder to lean on. Real talk. Now let's go from there back to Ecclesiasticus. But this time we're going to go to the 6th chapter. And that's why these precepts are so important. Because they are the guiding light, to our feet pretty much. And they are the thing that keeps us grounded, keeps us level-headed, keeps us seeking and searching after the Lord, So this is the 6th chapter and the 7th verse. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Right. So what is a way of proving someone? When you down and out, are they going to stick around or are they going to bounce? Are they the fair weather friend, or are they the friend through stormy rains and all kind of, hail and all kind of shit going on in your life, and they still there with you? Got your back. No matter how, hard things get for you, they always got your back. They always there for you. Whatever you need, if they got it, you got it. And there's nothing like it, man. I'm just telling you from experience, Even going back, just to mention this, even going back to when we were going to One West, once a month, to go out to the speakings with them once a month. And I remember them saying that, used to call us a Connecticut camp. Connecticut camp, they have like real brotherly love for each other. I remember hearing that, something along those. I don't remember exactly how it was said, but, people see, this is not something that you could fake. You either have it or you don't. You either have that real, genuine love for brothers or you don't. You can't fake that. And you grow bonds with brothers. Why do you think King David and Jonathan defied his father, the king, for his friend, King David? And that's why we believe that Jonathan is a part of the house, the tabernacles of David, and he will come back into the house of David, because they were very good friends. It says, for some man is a friend for his own occasion. See? That's why it says, trust not in a brother, because every brother will utterly supplant, and that is the truth. So when you're dealing with someone and you can't know a person's character just by meeting them that day. You could pick up whether he's sincere or whether he's a scumbag off the rip. That's what the scripture says, accept no man against thy soul. But, to truly call someone a friend, it has to be years that you interact with each other, things that you do. How does this man act, or is he there for me when I'm down and out, when I need help? And it works both ways. It says, for some man is a friend. I already read that. Okay, you know what? For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of trouble. See? So when shit start going, your whole world starts falling apart, he's right there kicking you down. But a real friend will be right there holding you up. Don't worry about it, bro. Just keep on praying to the Lord. The brother never give up on you. How Shai 144. The Lord, he obviously has you by yourself for a reason. Obviously, you're strong enough to be alone, but eventually the Lord will send you some real brothers. Just keep on praying to the Lord, my brother. The Lord will send you somebody, of like mind. Rest assured in that, my brother. It says, and there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. Right. Because see, the thing is, when you have men around you that you trust, you tell them certain things, which really you shouldn't tell certain personal stuff. You should really keep to yourself, but because sometimes you might tell certain things to the wrong person, and as soon as y'all have a fallout, guess what? They out there telling your business. That's not a real friend. It says again, some friend is a companion at the table, right? Just because you're doing good or you have things, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction, right? When you're doing bad, when you're going through situations, when you need something, when your car breaks down, you might need them to come pick you up. When you might be a little short, on money, and you need maybe extra 10 or 15, 20 bucks or whatever the case may be, and he's nowhere to be found. And he knows you need the money, but he's like, And this is a trial of somebody is not what they say. A trial of somebody is in their actions, the things that they do, the way that they react. When you need something, when you're in a situation, when you're in a jam, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything tangible. It could just be moral support. So it says, let's see. Okay. But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself. Oh yeah. Everybody is a friend when things are going good. That's what you call a fair weather friend. Look it up. Fair weather friend. They're only around when the weather is fair. But when the weather is stormy and rainy and tumultuous and hail and sleet and hurricanes and whirlwinds and all kind of stuff, where they at? They in the wind. and will be bold over thy servants. Yep. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee. See? And will hide himself from thy face. Right. He ain't gonna. In other words, before you could find them, now you can't find them. He's dodging you. Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed to thy friends. Cherish the brotherhood, brothers. Outside of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and his truth, that's all we got. Scriptures speak about not forsaking the assembling of each other. Something along those lines. It says a faithful friend is a strong defense. You don't have to worry if this man he's going to have my back or not. You already know he got your back. Hold on for 1 second. Salakia. It says a faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such an one hath found a treasure. Now, how do you act when you find a treasure? You feel like the luckiest person on the planet. So when you find a good friend, someone that you've proven, someone that's been there for you through your ups and downs, through prosperity, through afflictions, you got a real friend there. He is a strong defense. It says if you found a treasure, you hit the jackpot. What happens when individuals hit the lotto? They get all into it. They do backflips even if they can't do a backflip. Well, that's how it is when you find a real true friend. Nothing does countervail a faithful friend, right? Because there's nothing that can replace that. Like in the world, you have cats that might have a good friend that they grew up with, but then they meet somebody that has status. But the dude might be a scumbag, but just because he wants that status, he goes and hangs with that dude, and then eventually what happens? That dude stings him or beats him out of whatever, and then he got to go what? Crawling back to his friend. And guess what? If his friend is a real friend, if he really didn't do anything treacherous, his friend will take him back and be happy to have his friend back. It says, and his excellency is invaluable. I got another precept in here somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where it is. So let me finish this verse and then we'll go to the next verse, next scripture. A faithful friend is the medicine of life. Beautiful. It brings strength to your mind, to your spirit, and just in general. And they that fear the Lord shall find him. Man, I don't know how to hit y'all, but man, these are some heavy words, man. These are some heavy words. This is why the scriptures say that the scriptures are the comforter, because they comfort. All right, so now let's go from there to the same book, Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to the 37th chapter. And let's see. That's the 6th verse, looks like. It says, forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches. Right. So don't forget your friend in your mind, because remember, he's had your back all this time. Now let's go to the same book, same chapter, but the first verse. Every friend saith, I am a friend also. But there is a friend which is only a friend in name. Right. But then when adversity comes, I think I got that on the list. Adversity comes, guess what? He's in the wind. Every friend saith, I am a friend also, but there is a friend which is only a friend in name. All right, now let's go from there to the book of Proverbs. Looks like Proverbs 27. Oh, snap, I'm already there. And 9. Ointment and perfume rejoice the heart. So doth the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. See? Because a friend is not going to be deceitful. The scriptures say, I forget exactly how it goes. Matter of fact, let me type this in. Matter of fact, let me go back. I can't really think of. Oh, beautiful. Proverbs 3:29. Devise not evil against thy neighbor. Barakateh ha'obah shemel shai. Devise not evil against thy neighbor. Another word for friend. Seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. See? That's why it says here, what we just read in Proverbs 27, ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so doth the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. Why? Because he trusts you. He know that you're not just going to give him some fugazi, BS, story. And then verse 10, thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not. Neither go into thy brother's house in the day of thy calamity, for better is a neighbor that is near than a brother far off. So don't forget your own friend and the friends of your father. Forsake not, neither go into thy brother's house in the day of calamity. Right, because these are what? Old friends. That might be on the list, but just in case, let me get that one. That should be on the list. But let me just pull it up just in case. Let me see if I got it on the list. Nope, I don't see it. Sirach 9 and 10. Forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him. A new friend is as new wine. Yeah, I do have it. When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure. Right. So, forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him. Right. Because you didn't vet that individual out. You haven't been in any real serious situations to know if he's your friend or not, to know if he's your brother or not. Salakia. Okay. A new friend is as new wine, right? You can't really drink new wine and enjoy it. When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure. And that goes into the proving of a man and his friend. Now let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7. I got a couple more precepts. Ecclesiastes 7 and 18. It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this, yea, also from this withdraw not thine hand, for he that feareth the Most High shall come forth of them all. Did I write the wrong scripture down? Yes, I did. Salakia. No, I didn't. I'm just in the wrong book. Ecclesiastes 7 and 18. It says, change not a friend for any good by no means. Riches, status, anything. Because remember, we read that the new one is not comparable to him because the new one hasn't been proven. So you don't know if you can trust that individual or not. Neither a faithful brother for the gold of Ophir. Now the gold of Ophir was the most coveted gold. That was the most precious gold. So it's saying not even for the most precious gold or the most precious things out there, don't get rid of a faithful friend. You know? Beautiful, man. All right, what else we got? Let me see. I got, what's that? Proverbs 17, is it? It says, a friend loveth at all times. See? And a brother is born for adversity. This is the one I was thinking about earlier. I wanted to give, but I couldn't think where it was at. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. That's how you know you have a real friend. When you're going through situations and he's right there with you, helping you out. Whether it doesn't always have to be something tangible. It could just be words of encouragement. You know, it could just be your presence or just hearing your voice. You know? And that is so important. You know? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. All right, let's go to the next chapter over. Proverbs 18 and 24. It says, a man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. My family. I love my brothers, man. My family. There is a friend that sticketh. I got to read that again. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly. Right. It's not just in words. It's in deeds. Love is shown in deeds, not in words. It even tells you that in the book of James. Deeds. The deeds. That's what counts, not the words. You know, because the words are empty unless they have deeds to back them up. Just like faith without works is dead. You can have a guy popping off all he wants, but if he can't back up those words that he's saying, then those are just empty words. You know, save it. And the last precept I have on the list is back in the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 12th chapter. And there's all kind of precepts on the brotherhood. Brothers been posting scriptures up, so like I haven't been paying attention too much. You know, I when it comes to the comment board, I don't always, you know, look at it. That's right. That the brother, like the up and coming elder Nawad said, we all we got. That's right. Besides Yahweh Bashem Shai, the brotherhood is it. You know, same thing with the sisters. You know, the sisterhood is all they got. You know, but we're dealing with the brotherhood because this is the avant-garde. You know, the head of the charge. You know, like King David told Joab to put what's his name, Uriah the Hittite. Put him in the hottest part of the battle and then withdraw. The hottest part of the battle was what? That's the avant-garde. Where the avant-garde at? That's like the top warriors. You know? The most skillful, the hardest part of the battle, you have to have the most skillful warriors up there to lead the charge. So Ecclesiastes 12 and 8, a friend cannot be known in prosperity. Why? Because everybody be like, yeah, I'm your friend, yeah. Are you my friend? Yeah. And here it is, you got all kind of money, all kind of benefits, all kind of perks. Of course he's going to be rolling with you. You bought him a car, you bought him, jewelry, clothing. I'm just speaking, in world terms. But when it comes to adversity, will that person be there with you? A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hid in adversity. You see the duality? You see the duality of it all? In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. But in his adversity, even a friend will depart, right? Like that devil Don King, he wasn't no real brother. Because he said, nobody wants to go home with the loser. It's so depressing. He would come into a fight with a fighter, and if the fighter that he came in the fight with lost, he leaves with the champion. That's a 2-time backstabbing, low-life, pot-billy, no good for nothing scumbag. You got to drop him like a bad habit, as they say. All right, so pretty much with that, cherish the brotherhood. Lord's will, if the Spirit allows, through the mercies and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. I had a couple other lessons I wanted to go into, but I haven't been able to. So if the Spirit allows, Yahweh B'Shem Shai allows, and Lord's will, I could come back and do another one. Hey, so the water for tuning in. Cherish the brotherhood, and I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time I say Shalom.